हेलो 9th क्लास स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ आर यू। आप लोग कैसे हो। आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए साइंस का लेक्चर मोशन लेकर आया हूं, जिसे हिंदी में गति भी कहते हैं। इस लेक्चर के माध्यम से आपका ज्ञानवर्धन होगा, आपके स्टडी में आपकी सहायता होगी। आप हमारे इस पाठ सेतु चैनल को अवश्य सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन भी दबाना मत भूलिए। ये इसलिए कि आप सब्सक्राइब करेंगे तो हमारा आने वाला अगला लेक्चर आपके पास सबसे फास्ट और जल्दी पहुंचेगा। धन्यवाद। बच्चों, जैसा कि हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है, लाइफ इन मोशन मीन्स हमारी जिंदगी जो है गति की अवस्था में है, और जिस दिन हमारी गति या मोशन रुक जाती है उस दिन हमारा विकास या प्रगति भी रुक जाता है। तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि हमारी जिंदगी में मोशन का कितना महत्व है। आप अपने चारों तरफ देख सकते हैं कि जो भी वस्तुएं हैं वे या तो गति की अवस्था में हैं या विरामावस्था में हैं। मीन्स दे आर इन रेस्ट और इन मोशन। टुडे we will study under the chapter motion different topics. They are what is motion, type of motion, that is linear motion, circular motion, oscillatory motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. We'll also study physical quantity. Under this head we'll go for scalar quantity and vector quantity. Then we will study distance and displacement, speed and velocity, acceleration. Then we will go for some graphs and motion equations. After that we'll do some numericals. We'll see here motion. What is motion? And objects lying surrounding us are whether in motion or in rest. So we can see here day-to-day life, all objects in our surroundings are either in rest or in motion. Therefore we can say that everything in the world are either in motion or in rest. For example, flying birds, moving vehicles, stones lying here and there, bench fixed in the park, they are either in rest or in motion. Here you can see also I have shown one picture. Their objects are kept either in rest position or in motion position. So we'll see here what is rest and what is motion. A body said to be at rest if its position does not change with respect to a fixed points or reference points in its surroundings within a given time. एक ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट की अवस्था में तब कहा जाता है जब समय के साथ साथ वह स्थान का परिवर्तन नहीं करता है, यानी किसी रेफरेंस पॉइंट्स के रिस्पेक्ट में वो अपनी जगह नहीं बदलता है, तब हम उसे विरामावस्था में कहते हैं, रेस्ट की अवस्था में कहते हैं। Then what is motion? A body is said to be in motion if its position continuously changes with respect to its surroundings change with time. Means जब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट समय के साथ साथ अपना स्थान बदलता है किसी रेफरेंस पॉइंट के सापेक्ष में, तब हम ये कहते हैं कि उस वस्तु में मोशन है, यानी गति है। बच्चों, मोशन के 3 प्रकार होते हैं जिनका अध्ययन हम थोड़ा करेंगे यहाँ पे। पहला प्रकार है लीनियर मोशन, देन सर्कुलर मोशन एंड ऑसिलेटरी मोशन. Motion have 3 types: linear, circular and oscillatory. So we can define it as when an object or body is moving in straight path, then it is called linear motion. जब कोई वस्तु एक सीधी रेखा में गमन करती है या चलती है, तब इसे हम लीनियर मोशन में कहते हैं। जैसे आप पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं कि एक आदमी सीधे रास्ते पे एक बॉक्स को पुश कर रहा है एंड इसकी गति लीनियर मोशन में हम कहेंगे। सेकेंड इज सर्कुलर मोशन। व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट और बॉडी इज मूविंग इन सर्कुलर पाथ, then it is called circular motion, or we can say rotary motion. Like fan, a fan is moving in circular path. Here you can see in picture fan, earth and a lady moving on the hilly place. They are following the circular path motion. Next is oscillatory motion. When an object is moving with respect to a point back and through is called oscillatory motion. जब कोई वस्तु एक पॉइंट के एक बिंदु के बाएं और दाएं साइड में घूमती है, तो ऐसे गति को हम ऑसिलेटरी मोशन बोलते हैं। आपने देखा होगा घड़ी में लगा हुआ पेंडुलम या फिर झूला स्विंग ऑसिलेटरी मोशन में चलता है। यहाँ आप पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं, यू कैन सी हियर इन द पिक्चर एन ऑब्जेक्ट और पेंडुलम इज मूविंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू बी and again coming to O and from O to A. So this is following the path of oscillatory motion. Now we'll talk about uniform motion and non-uniform motion. When a body travels equal distance in a straight line in equal intervals, then we will call it uniform motion. Non-uniform motion, when a body travels unequal distances in equal intervals, then it is called non-uniform motion. In this case, means in case of uniform motion, object is not changing its direction, it remains in same direction, whereas in case of non-uniform motion, object may change its direction. Here we can see in the picture an object is moving 10 km distance in first 5 minutes and again in second 5 minutes it is traveling 10 kilometer distance, and so on. So it is in uniform motion. And in second picture, you can see here an object traveling 25 kilometer distance in 10 minutes, and in second 10 minutes it is traveling only 5 kilometer distance. So here you can see interval is same, but distance traveled by in both interval are different. In first case it is 25 kilometer, and in second case it is only 5 kilometer. So this type of motion is called non-uniform motion. बच्चों, अब हम फिजिकल क्वांटिटी के बारे में जानेंगे। सबसे पहले हम ये कहते हैं कि व्हाट इज फिजिकल क्वांटिटी। फिजिकल क्वांटिटी क्या होती है? A physical quantity is that quantity which can be measured, like length in meter, mass in kg, time in second, temperature in degree centigrade, etc. ये फिजिकल क्वांटिटी दो प्रकार की होती है। फिजिकल क्वांटिटी है टू टाइप्स, दैट इज स्केलर क्वांटिटी and vector quantity. A physical quantity which is having only magnitude is called scalar quantity. वह physical quantity जिसमें केवल magnitude होता है उसे हम scalar quantity कहते हैं, जैसे 5 kg mass, 10 meter distance, etc. Now we will see what is वेक्टर क्वांटिटी। वेक्टर क्वांटिटी क्या होती है? अ फिजिकल क्वांटिटी विच इज हैविंग मैग्नीट्यूड एंड डायरेक्शन बोथ इज कॉल्ड वेक्टर क्वांटिटी। जैसा आपने पीछे देखा कि स्केलर क्वांटिटी में केवल मैग्नीट्यूड होता है, बट इन केस ऑफ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी विल सी हियर टू थिंग्स, मैग्नीट्यूड and direction. So vector quantity is that quantity which have magnitude and direction both. Like a car moving 10 kilometer in east, this is called vector quantity. We'll see here in picture some differences between scalar and vector quantity, like distance, speed, mass of an object, temperature. All these quantities are in scalar quantity. And displacement, velocity, force, acceleration, all these quantities are vector quantity. So in this way we can differentiate which are vector quantity and which are scalar quantity. What is distance and displacement? We'll see here. Distance क्या है, दूरी क्या है, और डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या है या विस्थापन क्या है, इस टॉपिक को हम यहाँ पे अध्ययन करेंगे। Distance is the length of the path traveled by a body while moving from an initial position to a final position. Then we'll see here displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position of the body. Distance is a scalar quantity, whereas displacement is a vector quantity. Distance measured is always positive and displacement can be positive or negative depending upon reference point. The total distance covered is equal to the algebraic sum of all the distance traveled in different directions. Here in case of displacement, the net displacement is the vector sum of the individual displacements in different direction. There is always a distance covered whenever there is a motion. But in case of displacement, we can say that it may be 0. So, we can see here both distance and displacement are having same unit, that is meter. It may be kilometer, feet also, centimeter also, and we'll see here in picture a boy is moving from A to B, B to C, C to D, and again coming to point A. He is moving in rectangular path, and if we will calculate the distance traveled by him is equal to 16 meter here, but displacement is 0 here because displacement is taken positive and negative, so resultant is now 0. यहाँ पर हम स्पीड, वेलोसिटी और एक्सेलरेशन की बात करेंगे. तो here we can say that what is speed. स्पीड क्या है? स्पीड को हम चाल भी बोलते हैं हिंदी में. तो स्पीड is defined as the rate of change in distance with respect to time, and it is scalar quantity. Formula for speed is s by t, where s is distance. Now we'll talk about velocity. Velocity is defined as the rate of change in displacement with respect to time. Velocity is also measured in vector quantity. So formula is same as speed, that is v is equal to s by t, but speed is scalar quantity and velocity is vector quantity, and unit of both speed and velocity is meter per second. Now we will talk about average speed. Average speed is the ratio of total distance covered to the total time taken. मतलब जितना दूरी तय की गई उसको हम कुल टाइम से डिवाइड करेंगे तो विल फाइंड द एवरेज स्पीड. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. In case the velocity of the object is changing at a uniform rate, then average velocity is given by the arithmetic mean of initial velocity and final velocity for a given period of time. Then we can say here in case of velocity, average velocity is equal to u plus v by 2. Sum of initial velocity and final velocity is divided by 2. This is also called average velocity. And acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity is defined as acceleration, and the SI unit for acceleration is meter per second square, and acceleration is vector quantity. Acceleration is vector quantity. If we can see here, if you are assuming initial velocity of an object is u and final velocity of an object is v, then time is t, then we can say that v minus u by t is acceleration. So acceleration can be written as v minus u. V minus u is the rate of change of velocity divided by time taken. So v minus u divided by t is equal to a, acceleration. I have shown here distance time graphs, and with the help of distance time graph we can find out speed of the object. You just see here, uniform motion is plotted in first graph, and in second graph non-uniform motion is plotted. On x-axis we have taken time, and on y-axis we have plotted distance. So you can see on x-axis time is written from 0 to 20, 20 to 40, and 40 to 60, and so on. And on y-axis distance is written 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. And object moment is plotted here in different time, which is following uniform motion path. So it is in a straight way and not changing the direction. And with the help of this graph we can take speed of the object traveled in particular time. So here you can see S1 distance traveled in time t1 and S2 distance is traveled in time t2. So we can write velocity is equal to S2 minus S1 divided by t2 minus t1, and with the quantitative value of these points we can find out the speed of the object here. Here I have shown velocity time graph. With the help of velocity time graph we can find out distance traveled by an object. So here I have shown in first graph, on x-axis time is plotted, on y-axis velocity of the object is plotted. So I have shown here one rectangle, and the area of this rectangle is always equal to the distance traveled by an object. So we can say that area of ABCD rectangle is equal to S. So we can write here AC into CD is equal to area of ABCD rectangle is equal to distance S. By putting its value we can write T2 minus T1 into V2 minus V1 is equal to S, and after putting the number value of T2 minus T1 and V2 minus V1 we can calculate the distance traveled by the object, that is here we have calculated 112 kilometer. And in second case, just you can see here there are two figure, one is rectangle, another is triangle, and the sum of both triangle and rectangle area will decide the distance traveled by object here. So I have written S is equal to B into BC plus half of AD into DE. This is the area of triangle, and this one first case is area of rectangle. So by putting its numerical value, we can find out distance traveled by object here, that is equal to 290 meter. Now we'll see here equation of motion by graphical methods. There are three equations of motions. They are V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and 2AS is equal to V square minus U square. So here I have drawn the graph. On x-axis time is plotted, and on y-axis velocity is plotted. So from this graph we have taken AD parallel to OC. From the graph we observe that BC is equal to BD plus DC is equal to BD plus OA. Substituting BC is equal to V and OA is equal to U, we can write here V is equal to BD plus U and BD is equal to V minus U. We can write as number 1 equation. From the velocity time graph, here in figure, you can see the acceleration of the object is given by, that is A is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken, because acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. So A is equal to, we can write here BD by AD is equal to BD by OC, and by substituting OC with T here, because OC is on x-axis and that is time, so BD by T is written, and we can write finally BD is equal to AT. So by putting the value of 2, we can write here V is equal to U plus AT. So in this way we have proved how V is equal to U plus AT has come. Now we'll continue from same graph. Here S, that is distance, is equal to, we can write area of OABC, which is a trapezium included with two shape, that is rectangle with triangle. So here we will calculate area of rectangle with area of triangle ABD, and rectangle area is OADC. So by putting S is equal to OA into OC plus 1 by 2 AD into BD, and after substituting the value of OA as U, OC as AD is equal to T, and BD is equal to AT, we get here S is equal to U into T plus half T into AT. which can be written as S is equal to ut plus half at square. So this is second equation of motion. Now we'll see from same graph we can also derive third formula. The distance traveled by an object in time t moving under uniform acceleration a is given by an area enclosed within the trapezium OABC under the same graph. So here also we can write S is equal to area of trapezium OABC, that is OA plus BC multiplied by OC by 2, and substitute OA, BC and OC by value, initial velocity, final velocity and time t. We can write here u plus v into t divided by 2 is equal to s. And further, after writing in proper shape, we can here substitute t with the v minus u by 2a. So finally we can write here u plus v into v minus u divided by 2a is equal to s. So we can write also here 2s is equal to v square minus u square, or it can be written as v square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is third equation of motion. Now we'll do some numerical. First question is, a train starting from rest attains a velocity of 72 km per hour in 5 minutes. Assuming that the acceleration is uniform, find number 1 the acceleration, and second is the distance traveled by the train for attaining this velocity. So we'll write here given data that you can see train is starting from rest. So initial velocity u is equal to 0 and final velocity v is equal to 72 km per hour, and we'll convert this 72 km per hour in meter per second. So it will become 20 meter per second, and time is given in minute, that is t is equal to 5 minutes, and we'll convert it also into second. So it will become 300 seconds. Now by writing formula a is equal to v minus u by t, we'll find out acceleration, that is 1 by 15 meter per second square, or equal to 0.06 meter per second square. We'll see here second case, distance traveled. So for that we'll write formula 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So by putting the value of v is equal to 20 meter per second and u is equal to 0, will come to stage s is equal to 400 into 15 by 2, because a is having value 1 by 15. So by putting the value of a there, we have come to calculate 400 by 15 by 2. So finally we have calculated 3000 meter, that is equal to 300 kilometer. So we have calculated a is equal to 1 by 15 meter per second square and distance s is equal to 3 kilometer. Now we'll do the second numerical. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. If the car takes 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes, calculate the distance it travels during this time. So here we can write first data given in question, that is A is equal to 6 meter per second square, and we can write it as negative because brake is applied and car is getting deaccelerated or retarded, so acceleration will be negative, that will be minus 6 meter per second square, and we'll write t is equal to 2 second and v is equal to 0. Why? Because car is coming to rest at last. So by writing formula v is equal to u plus at, we can find out u here. So we just substitute v is equal to 0, u as it is, keep it, plus a is equal to minus 6 into t is 2. So ultimately you can find out u is equal to 12 meter per second. By substituting the value of u in formula s is equal to ut plus half at square, we'll find out here s is equal to 12 into 2 plus half into minus 6 into 2 square, means square of the 2. So after calculation we'll find out s is equal to 24 minus 12, that is also equal to 12 meter. So distance travel in that period of time, that is 2 seconds, is 12 meter. Now with this we have completed this lesson, chapter 8, that is motion, and I will request you to write your comments for me and also write your doubts which arise in this lesson, and you can write your doubt for other lesson also, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video to your friends and to your colleagues. Thank you.